And welcome back to Fluffy Banana Tech. So, I was looking at YouTube Analytics yesterday. I figured out, well, not figured out, but I noticed that there's actually 50 of you subscribed to this channel. More than 50 of you. I think the last time I checked it was like 55 people, actual people, subscribed to the channel. There's been a ton of comments from you guys. Some are saying I'm an idiot, some are useful help, some are just kind of agreeing or disagreeing with me. Cool. But look, it doesn't matter. For the 55 of you, or it might be more at this point, I'm extremely thankful. That's kind of it. We're not really going to talk about this. This is just a thing for me to do. Right. It's an XPS, but it's an older XPS. This is one of those cases where, as weird as it may sound, this is a really, really, really nice laptop to use, even if it isn't amazing in the specs department. I don't know what other way to explain it other than, like, this was a middle of the road machine when it came out, or at least when it was put together. I think it's got a i5 6th gen with NVIDIA M3 or 400 graphics in it, and a really cool, I think, a 1440p display, maybe not. I'm not totally sure. I did not buy this machine. I did not spec this machine out, but I have been kind of taking care of it. I kind of don't want to undo the fans. They are kind of dirty, but they're not like plugged up with dirt, so I don't want to do that. But what I do want to do with this thing today is go through and repaste it, because it has not been opened up for a repaste since it left the factory back in 2012. There you go, that should date it for you. Oh, okay. Hey, there you go. Alright. Well, the fins are pretty darn clean in there. For a laptop that's 12 years old, right? The paste is incredibly dry. And obviously, there's a little bit of schmoo around here and there, a little bit of fur built up in the fans, but that isn't bad at all. So here's a little bit of IPA onto a cotton swab, and let's start cleaning this guy off. Gotta be real careful with the dye here. You can damage it quite severely if you It's not that you can damage it severely. What you can do is screw it up so much that no amount of soldering would fix it. Unless you put a whole new dye on there, or a whole new chip on here. Ooh. Okay, I kind of overdid it on that little snort. If I were doing this more often, I'd definitely be looking at one of the little squirt bottles that so many folks use. Now, see, There's some thermal paste here. It's caught up in between all the little surface mount stuff on this GPU, and you really don't want to go scrubbing at it hard. Alright. Clean GPU, clean CPU, clean cooler. Random chunk of thermal paste there. Stuff I'm going to use. There's better stuff, there's worse stuff. Corsair is about the only thing that you can buy from Best Buy. And now that Fry's is gone, and I live far too far away from a micro center, I can't buy thermal paste that isn't this. I could buy it online, but yeah, just not a fan of buying it online. Then wait for shipping, and just kind of personal preference here. You know. Now, you saw how much thermal goop was on there. It's not how much it got back. It got way less. Because to be honest, thermal goop is sort of expensive at this point. And it doesn't really need all of it. I'm sure there's a sequence for tightening these. That's back in. Those are all tightened down. Battery's plugged back in. But look, the key directive here was repaste this thing, put it back together, and pray that it works. So here we are done repasting it. Oh, how nice. Look at that. This little cover that's got the magnets holding it, this is super useful for those times when you have to deal with unbolting screws out of it, because hey, it'll hold all the screws for you. That's cool. That's a feature, not a bug. Anyway, look, as I was saying, there's 55 of you. I honestly can't believe it. I mean, so far, let's talk about this channel. So far, I've been taking the lazy route with it, right? Set up a camera, yell about something, try to make sense of something, and move on with life, right? Life is busy. Everybody's busy. I know that the content I'm putting out is not quality. I bought this cool thing. I mess around with this cool thing, and so on and so forth. Really, what my huge passion is cell phones, right? I love cell phones. I have countless cell phones. I've had countless cell phones. I love messing with phones, and any one day you'll see me with a different phone probably, just because I enjoy phones. I would love to do reviews of phones on this channel. I've been trying my best to put exactly that together and sort of scripting things to it and so on and so forth. The problem with being a scatterbrain is your brain's always busy with something. And yeah. And then you're busy with work, and then you're busy with something else, and it's kind of rough to get organized and put things together. So the 55 of you, maybe 56 at this point, you never know, maybe 54. I'm extremely thankful for you. I mean, like, it takes a lot to click subscribe on a channel that has like 3 videos or whatever. And it takes even more for those of you who come on here, watch the video, and then comment on it. And that is what I'm super amazed by. I'm so thankful that you guys do that. Okay. So we can talk about this laptop, right? It has an Intel i5-6300HQ and Windows 10. And I lied. It has an NVIDIA GTX 960M and Intel HD 530. It's got a 960M? Okay. That's kind of cool. So, it's got a 960M. This thing was and is owned by my wife. Technically, even though I've sort of taken it over. You know what? This is actually quite nice. Now I'm starting to wonder, could you edit videos on this thing using Resolve? I had another video planned for today. Let's see if I can dig it out. I had a completely different video planned for today. I was gonna talk about this, the Chromebook, and whether or not you should consider buying one of these things, since they are about $50 on eBay right now. I think we're gonna kind of shelf this video for a little bit, just till next week, I think. I need more time to evaluate this thing. At some point, I'm gonna try and put a lot more effort into this channel. I mean, look, I already got a new mic, which hopefully that helps out with audio quality. I know like the first 2 videos were done with the ZV-1 mic. By the way, this is getting recorded on a Sony ZV-1. The first 2 videos were done with the internal camera mic. Now I'm using a Rode shotgun type of deal, which hopefully has improved sound quality. If it hasn't, well, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I know there's an echo in the room. I can't really get rid of that yet. I'm looking at acoustic panels. If anybody of you's kind of done acoustic panels in your room or in your gaming setup, or better yet, you own a YouTube channel and you've done acoustic panels, I would love it if you pointed me in the right direction. This room isn't anything crazy or anything like super. I think it's a 10 by 12 box basically, with a closet on the one end. So it's, and a window over there somewhere. Yeah. It's kind of like an echo chamber, but that's it. I know I have to deal with that, and I know I'm looking at acoustic panels. I don't want something that's like, it's gonna be a total pain in the butt. I'm renting the place, so I don't want to ruin the walls for the landlord, but at the same time, you know, something that'll deaden some of this sound. I'm also looking at filming lights. And now we're talking about something I have absolutely no understanding of whatsoever. There's a big giant shop light behind me. On a futon that's throwing the light up. It's not really aimed at me. It's aimed at the ceiling, and whatever you're seeing is kind of the stuff that bounces off the ceiling and off the walls. It's not the best. It's kind of like, I want to improve this, but I also don't have the funds to go through and spend thousands of dollars on filming lights, thousands of dollars on Neumann mics. Neumann. There you go. So, this is a recent purchase because I found out the laptop I had, not the ThinkPad from previous video, that one's used for something else. This is in addition to this channel in the background because this is what I want to edit the videos off of if I'm not able to be home, which quite often I'm not able to be home. If I am home, pardon the terrible noise. If I am home, this is where all the editing gets done. It's a Ryzen 5 3600 RX 580. Not really anything super special. Like it's not anything super special, but it has enough horsepower to render 4K video at a decent enough pace, and I do have a nice clickety-clackety keyboard. I have a decent enough screen to use with it. It's kind of like a nice little setup. This guy, like, if I must, right? If I must, I'm away from home. I'd rather edit down on this than use proxies in Resolve, which, by the way, I use Resolve, right? Yeah. That's just kind of a behind the scenes here. I don't want to do a whole tour, because, look, this desk, this is the current state of my desk. There you go. There's a ThinkPad, there's a dock, random SSDs. There's the front to the Dell server that I'm hopefully going to be able to set up. That is going to be a really dumb server. It's an R510. I don't think I introduced it on the channel yet, but it is an R510, so it's kind of like a whatever server, right? It's, at this point, they're so darn old that nobody wants to use them in the industry. They have no support left behind. I just need something that'll work as a big, giant, dumb NAS. It came with two CPUs. I think I'm just going to end up using one. I think one Xeon, whatever it is, should be more than enough to run the whole thing, but that's another video. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a really long, in-depth? No. Whatever this video is. This just rambling and talking about this channel. I want to do phone reviews. I'm working on figuring out a structure for a script. That way I can actually hit all the points that I want to hit. those are the hopes for this channel. If you're still here, please subscribe. Add to that number. I would love to see 100 or 200 or 1,000 or however many of you there are. Super ranty, and I know I've cut a lot of it out, so sorry for all the jump cuts, but I'm learning. I don't have anybody to teach me. Anyway, I'm so thankful to you guys. There's 55 of you that subscribed. 55 of you that kind of clicked the button and figured, hey, this might be a channel I'd be interested in. Yeah. Thanks, guys. You guys have a good rest of your day, morning, night, whatever it is. Bye.